Do you know what to do when you get one rejection letter in your email box? What do you do when you get two in the same day? We're going to find out how you can handle and overcome rejection in this video. Hi, everybody. I'm Leigh Hall from teachingacademia.com, and I'm all about giving you the tools you need to navigate academia to make your best impact. If you're new here, welcome. This is the place to be. If you're a graduate student thinking about going to graduate school, beginning assistant professor, pre-tenure, this is where we come to share news, advice, tips that are really going to help you craft your career and make it into what you want to be. So today, we're talking about rejection. And we've talked a little bit about rejection on this channel before, what to do when you get a letter of rejection in your mailbox. But today, as I was sitting in my office, I had an assistant professor knock on the door and say that he had gotten 2 letters of rejection on the same day, about 7 to 10 days ago, and he was incredibly depressed, incredibly upset. And so what we're going to do is him and I sat down and we talked about what he was experiencing, what he had been doing in response to these rejection letters, how they had affected him, and how he was working to sort of get past all that and keep the ball rolling forward. So let's go check out our interview.
Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm on Leigh's YouTube channel, and I'm here to bare my soul. My name is Dr. William Holmes. I go by the name of Toby, and I can't write.
Okay. So we're here. We're having this conversation because
I got 2 letters of rejection on one day, and it crushed my writing ability, which I didn't have any to begin with.
Yeah, that is not true. That is not true. So you were doing really well with your writing.
I was writing 2.5 hours every day. And
7 days a week?
7 days a week.
Good grief.
And since then, I haven't written a lick.
And you've been writing 2.5 hours a day, 7-ish days a week for how long?
What?
A long time. A year or more, right?
Yeah. 9 months,
yep.
A year and a half.
Yep.
And then 2 letters of rejection in one day. And now I haven't, it's just like, I lost it. It's gone.
You did. You were roaming the halls. You were out here roaming the halls, weren't you?
Yes, just trying,
That's how we found you.
Looking for Lord knows what.
Yeah, and you knocked on my door, and now here we are. I said, let's talk about this to everybody.
Yes, and now I've been drugged here in front of you with her to bare my soul, which is nothing left.
Okay, so you were writing for 9 months, you said, or more than 9 months, regularly. You were getting things out.
Yes.
You were getting things published.
Yes, and now I just want to quit. I just now want to stop and say, I can't. She told me I can't cuss, so you put in whatever word you want to, and I just don't want to do it anymore. But of course, if I don't write, then I don't get tenure.
Because you're an assistant professor.
So now it's a double whammy, and now I'm even further down the hole.
How long have you been in this hole for?
What, 10 days?
10 days?
Maybe, yeah.
All right. So how are you going to get out of this hole?
Maybe I'm just going to commit Harry Carey and forget about it and just move on.
So, all right.
So now this is my dilemma.
Okay.
Right? Because I have a really great piece that my writing group and I have been working on.
Mm-hmm.
And I've actually taken this idea, this conceptual framework, and we think we've broken new ground.
Mm-hmm.
And that really was what I was really working on.
Okay.
And I was really happy with moving on. And I've lost total interest in that.
Because this got rejected.
Because I got the letters of rejection.
Okay, so you lost rejection on what you're working on, but you lost interest in what you were working on because you got letters of rejection.
Then I don't want to go back to the rejection.
Okay. Because
it's too painful to pick up.
Okay.
And in fact, one of the letters of rejection, right, it was hilarious because the guy that I wrote about, and I said that he's a paragon, right? Just like a pillar in the community.
One of the editors?
One of the guys that I wrote about.
Oh, that you wrote about. Okay.
I wrote about. I said that he was wrong. Turns out he was one of the people who reviewed it.
Yeah, well, that's a thing that can happen.
And of course, he said, and of course, he wrote infinitum.
Are you sure it was him?
Oh, he wrote infinitum about his research, the things that I didn't cite, and Of course, he was wrong again. But of course, now I don't have the chutzpah to take him on. But of course,
it's rejected, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I wrote the editor, and of course, this is something you always need to do: is no matter whether you get rejected or not, write the editor back, tell him thank you for the rejection. Yes. And the editor was very kind. The editor said, hey, you did great. Please, this is a place you can send this to if you'll incorporate their feedback. Here's a place I think will take it. And he was very nice. And then he said, please send me your next piece. I'm happy to look at it. Please continue sending things to me. I like the things you send. Please. So that was very positive.
I had never heard of anybody writing an editor before when they got rejected. Usually I say a bunch of curse words, drink a bunch of wine, and lay on the floor.
No, I mean, then that's, I still admit. So then the second letter of rejection.
Okay.
And do we mention journals in here?
I don't. I mean.
Okay, so this second letter that I got, I was just absolutely crushed. Quartile 1 journal. I thought I had a home run. It got slammed. She went after my methodologist, who she ripped him to shreds. He was devastated too, and then she was very sweet in her rejection, and she tried to soften it as much as she could. I wrote her back, and she said, keep at it, keep going, keep encouraged. She was very encouraging. She said, if you will incorporate this, here's a journal that I think that you can send this to, and I would like for you to send me your next piece, because I think that this has a good idea. And so again, my take always is if you always thank the editor, they will be receptive to you in the future. If you treat the editor with respect, the editor will be respectful to you.
Yeah.
I I think that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to find my I feel like, because what they told me, one of the things they told me was that I can't write a sentence.
Did they actually say that in the rejection letter?
You do not know how to write with grammar and punctuation.
A reviewer said that.
Yes.
Okay, all right, not the editor, a reviewer.
Both
Reviewers say jerky things all the time.
Both of them. And here's the thing.
The editor said that too?
No. In both reviews, two of the reviewers said that.
Okay.
And what hurts is nobody in my writing group says that. I run it through Grammarly. I feel like I can construct a sentence. I have a doctorate. Yet the person said, this reads like it was taken from your dissertation, and that this is just a beginning piece of something. This was not this was my 10th or 11th piece that I've been putting out.
Right. Well, of course, all these other pieces prior to it have been getting accepted, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, can I say something?
Please.
This is what I always think when I'm sort of like stuff's getting accepted. At some point, I know it's going to start to go down the other way. It's going to be stuff's getting rejected, it's getting rejected, and then it goes back up. So, what I've found is it's like a roller coaster, really.
I can't. I don't agree. I don't disagree with you, but I can't afford this.
I think that's normal though. But I think the thing is you've got your rejection letters. So, and it's fine to like do it, like I said, like I lay on the floor, drink wine, whatever, right? Wander the halls.
Sleep incessantly, not want to come to work.
Right, don't want to come to work. You don't want to pick up your writing.
Look fat on the camera.
You don't look fat on the camera.
Yes, I do. All of you who say I look fat on the camera, I don't want to hear from you. If any of you think that I look okay next to the ravishing beauty here, give me a thumbs up, but there's just no way.
Okay, here's the thing. This is advice that I got when I got rejected when I was an assistant professor. Someone said to me, give yourself a couple of days to be a mess, right? But put a deadline on it. Like I can be a mess for 2 days or 3 days. Put a deadline on it. And then when that deadline hits, you get back up and you go.
I'm afraid to write another sentence. And
maybe you should write one now.
No, I don't want to write one now.
Maybe you should write one now.
can't even think. I mean, I just feel like that it's just like it's all left. It's just all gone.
You can't let those people take that power from you. Have that kind of power over you.
And that's what it is. I mean, that's really what it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, and you put your blood, sweat, and tears in it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in reality, and we know the way the process works. I mean, you get rejected.
Mm-hmm.
You write the letter thanking the editor, asking them for where they think you should go to next. Hopefully they give you some input. You incorporate the rejection feedback into the article, and you submit to a lower.
If you want.
And you submit to a lower
quality. You do not
quality.
need to submit to a lower quality journal. I cannot tell you how many times I get a piece rejected by a quartile 1, only to have it accepted by a different quartile 1.
Well, and I think that's right. I mean, yeah, but I think that's a difference between you as a full professor.
I did that as assistant professor.
Well, but see, I guess where I feel like, and maybe this is a good conversation, is that so TNP's coming up.
Tenure and promotion.
And I don't feel like that I have enough things that have hit so that when I submit my tenure and promotion packet, that I have enough, because everything has been submitted to a quartile 1 journal.
Right, okay.
And so I don't feel like that I have enough, right, that has hit so that when my packet gets reviewed, because there are some of those in who will review my packet that will say he doesn't have the right number, he doesn't have the right quantity, because they still think it is quantity over quality.
Yep.
And they won't look at the fact that he's put out 5 articles, 4 of the 5 have gone to a quartile 1 submission, and they don't understand that.
Right. Or the level of work that goes into that.
Right. They don't see that.
Yeah. But you have people at these meetings that understand that speak up.
Very, very, very few.
I think that number is changing. So before we go down this rabbit hole, let's kind of maybe give a few little words of advice to folks that are finding themselves in your situation.
I hope you're not in my situation. I hope you're doing much better than I am, wherever you are.
You're having a bad day.
And whatever you're doing, If you're having a bad week, she's right. Just right.
Just do it anyways. Give yourself a couple days to be miserable.
And I think one of the things is I write with 2 wonderful gentlemen who are kind to me and who are senior scholars, who they give me good feedback. Just be around them. That's why I came to see you.
Actually, you didn't come to see me.
Well, but you were here, and
you were looking for one of those guys, and he's out of town.
But
I'm next door.
And you're not.
And now you're here.
Yes, and now I'm here with you. And I guess maybe it does help to talk it out. And I guess maybe if I was to give some advice, I guess, is to try to keep your head up. Our dean talked about the fact, because I was with him the other day, and he said, he even got a letter of rejection like this.
Everybody does. This is normal.
And it doesn't feel normal. And I guess part of my issue is that I feel sensitive because I'm going into tenure and promotion, and I feel vulnerable into tenure and promotion as an assistant professor.
It's normal.
And
it sucks.
Sucks way bad.
Yeah.
But I think that you just have to keep pressing forward. I guess is the takeaway, I guess.
Yeah. So if people have questions about what do I do if I get rejected, my suggestion is going to be put them down in the comment section of the video. Talk to us about your rejection stories, share your rejection stories, ask us questions about how to handle rejection, and we will help you think it through. Does that sound good?
Yes, and I promise that if I ever get published again,
which you will,
I will come back, and if you'll have me, I will share a success.
Okay, so we'll see Toby next week. But seriously, thank you for doing this. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody.